Hey guys, we're back racing stage one of Makuri May. We're in the 570 to 725 bracket, and I'm coming into this race with some pretty fresh legs, so definitely looking to take the win here. So off to start here, we're just looking to see if anybody's going to try and sprint off the front and have their own solo breakaway. Nothing's really going crazy here, so we're just going to sit in with the group and ride out this first lap. So as we're riding through this opening lap, we're just trying to think of what our wind condition is going to be here. If we wait till a sprint finish, there's a good chance we don't win that. If we try and just break away on our own here at the beginning, we're going to waste so much energy and probably just end up getting caught on the climbs. So I'm figuring best case scenario is going to be a breakaway with multiple riders where we can work together to create a gap on the main group and then either break away from them or, a sprint between 3 or 4 people is going to be better than 30. So that's what kind of happens here. Collins takes off the front a little bit, pushing 5 watts. The rest of the group kind of sees that, jumps on. We don't really create any separation, so there's no point in really putting any work behind this. So nothing exciting, group still together. Let's zip along until we get to the next part. Hitting this first climb was definitely the first spot I was waiting to see if anybody was going to make a big dig and try and separate themselves. Stinger makes this little push over the top of the hill. I jump on the back of it, but he kind of sits up once we flatten out. Group obviously comes all back together. We're about to come down this hill, so we're going to fast forward again and see what happens next. So this train valve pushes through the group and gets me all excited thinking that I need to chase this breakaway, but they're kind of already sitting up and now I've already started pushing. It doesn't seem like the rest of the group's really chasing this yet, so I kind of feel committed and just continue to push a moderate effort. Within just a few seconds, I've got, 10, 15 meters on the rest of the group. I've got one guy chasing me down, so I'm kind of just riding this out to see how long it's going to go. If they do end up catching me here early on, I should have some time to recover and rethink a new plan, but I'm looking at this mini map here, and this is looking like we could make a solid break. We actually have a third rider here, MB, making a sprint to cross the gap. That's pretty good for us because 3 riders in the break will be a lot better, and he doesn't bring anybody else with him. So here we are, start of the second lap. We got a 3-man break with about a 7-second gap. Let's see what happens. So we're back to the climb. Our 3-man breaks now got about 13, 14 seconds on the rest of the group. We're climbing all together. So things are looking pretty good still. After we make it over the top, I can see that the group behind us is only about 8 or 9 seconds back. So I'm getting a little bit worried that our brake's going to get caught on this downhill. We've extended the gap on the main group by the time we get to the bottom of the hill, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable. We're coming into the last lap, so now it should just come down to the 3 of us battling it out for the podium. We're burning feather power-ups here, trying to get aero for the final sprint. I did get an aero power up here, so I'm going to be holding on to that till the very end of the race. I'm not going to use it, even though we've got another banner coming up at the top of the hill. Coming up over the last hill here, 2 more guys have bridged the gap up to the front here, so now our breakaway of 3 is a breakaway of 5. It looks like this guy in the front's got the Zwift steering, so he starts trying to shift left and right, get people out of his draft, so we're all kind of playing games. So here we are with a mile left to go. I don't really want to be on the front, so I'm starting to think of how can I win this without it coming down to a sprint. So I'm going to let these 4 guys roll up in front of me, and I'm going to put one hard effort, use them for the draft, and just try and create a separation and carry that all the way to the finish. Now that I've snapped them out of my draft, I just need to keep this power up and not let them catch me. I decide here that if I get caught, I'm not going to win this race anyway, so I use the aero boost to just try and create an even bigger gap. I'm watching the watt per kilo numbers for the guys behind me. I'm at least trying to match them to maintain the gap. I've still got 40 meters on the second place guys, so I'm feeling pretty comfortable that I've got this win secured, but I don't want to let up, so I just try and muscle through the finish. So that's it. It wasn't a blowout victory, but it felt like with some planning and strategy in the race, we were able to come away with a win. If you made it this far, thanks for sticking around, and maybe we'll see you on the next one.